Do you ever get stressed or worried or take a hit to your confidence because somebody on your sales call asks you a question that you don't have the answer to right away? I was recently on a call with a fellow entrepreneur who was having that issue, and I told her there are a few things that you can do to help maintain your confidence and the connection in this situation. Number one, understand that this isn't necessarily a bad thing. If people are asking such unusual, in-depth questions that they're not covered by your usual sales script, that means you're doing something right because it means you've got them interested. It means you've got them thinking about this, and if they're motivated enough to ask you these in-depth questions, that means they're probably interested in what you're offering. So number two is understand you don't have to have all the answers right away. It's okay to tell them, hey, that's an amazing question. I actually don't have the answer for that off the top of my head, but let's schedule a follow-up call. I'll get you the answers to these questions, and then we can discuss that in more depth on the call. And if you have any resources like videos or articles or anything that kind of addresses that question, you can always send it to them in the interim and tell them, hey, check this out. We can discuss it during our call. When you're doing this, and actually just on your sales calls in general, if they don't close it during that call, I definitely recommend getting the next call scheduled during that call. Send them your calendar or just verbally mention a time and get it in both of your calendars while you're still on the call and ask them, can you commit to being on the call at that time? Get that verbal commitment to them so they're more motivated to keep their word. And the third thing that you can do in this situation, once the call is over, make an FAQ out of any of these questions that come up, especially if they come up more than once, that are outside your usual script, your usual set of questions and answers, and write the answers down. That way you've figured it out between calls. You're not having to think about it on the spot and come up with an answer that might be less than optimal and possibly become less than present with the other person because you're thinking about this. And it'll also boost your confidence when you already know that you have the answer, that you have this figured out, especially if you're not so good at ad-libbing, and let's face it, not everybody is great at ad-libbing. So having this question answer written out before time can boost your confidence because you know what you're talking about, and help to take some of the brain power out of it so you can focus on staying present with the other person instead of on getting distracted with figuring out this thing that you didn't see coming. So I hope that helped. So if you need additional help to feel confident in your coaching and your expertise or in your sales abilities, I'd love to talk with you. So depending on where you're watching this, there will be a link to my contact information either in the video description or in the comments below the video. I'd love to hear from you soon. In the meantime, have an amazing day.